Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Akmal Hazim bin Mohamed Zahidi. My matrix number is 1212605. And for today's presentation, I would like to acknowledge all of you about the current events in the manufacturing company, which is Shrinkflation. And without further ado, let's get started. Have you ever wondered why certain products are becoming gradually smaller than usual? Or perhaps do you notice your favorite soft drinks, just like this right here, have constantly changed in overall design? Where you can see the 100 plus bottle right now have a curvy look and 5 indentations at the bottom. If you don't, my friends, perhaps you have affected by the shrinkflation schemes running by a manufacturing company. As a consumers, we must be mindful of the schemes from the firms towards our everyday beloved consumables. The shrinkflation, which is the business practices that has been known to be implemented by the firms, where our products, the portion of the products become smaller, whether in sizes, the packaging, or the net servings, or the net weight of the product, but we as a buyer will still pay for the same amount. And for this topic, I will be discussing about the 3 main points, which is number 1, the benefits of the scheme for the firms. Second, the factors that have been affected by the consumers. And third, the ways for consumers to tackle the inflation. By implementing shrinkflation, the firms may maintain their profits by downsizing their products due to inflation, supply chain, and the high cost of the ingredients that they need to incur, which help them to prolong their products and brands in competitive markets in the long run. Second, it will help the firms to prevent consumers' overconsumption, where we can see when consumers tend to eat a lot of food, they will have a higher risk chance of getting overnutrition diseases like obesity and other related chronic diseases like diabetes, especially among youngsters and adulthood, respectively. For the examples, manufacturers may downsizing the volumes of the chocolate bars to cut calories to help tackle the obesity among children. Third, it will help the firms to prevent price sensitiveness for the consumers by diverting the consumers' eyes from buying the firm's product without changing their prices. And the consumers will tend to buy the goods they commonly use and preventing them from switching brands. And now we move on to the factors affecting consumers. Consumers may affected by downsizing in product packaging due to their general income, where we can see it will mainly affect their trust to the firms, where we can see the demands of the firm's products may tend to decrease as consumers will not buy the firm's products that they do be deceived with because they felt cheated, and they will switch brand after losing their trust to other subsidiaries goods. The examples, we can see that the instant noodle packaging like Maggi, the consumers will tend to switch brands to another subsidiaries instant noodles like Chintan because they be deceived by the Maggi products. Next, the shrinkflation may affect consumers' purchasing behavior, where we can see consumer will alter their purchases of the similar products as they tend to choose to buy their products in bulk rather than in smaller packaging. Furthermore, shrinkflation may affect firms' brands loyalty as consumers will not gain trust to the firms. It will mainly decrease their loyal customers, and the firms may lose with their other competitors which sells other inferior or similar goods. Last but not least, we will move on to the final points of this topic, which is ways for consumers to fight back shrinkflation. While these business practices has thrived more commonly, consumers also has become more conscious to spend their money without getting deceived by the firms. First, we can see that the consumers will change their habitual spending. Consumers will carefully budgeting their finance to overcome shrinkflation and keeping them from overspending. It will also manage them to purchase basic needs before purchasing other necessities or desired goods. Another way for consumers to overcome shrinkflation by comparing products, where we can see consumers may consciously comparing the two of similar goods by looking at the sticker price or other prevailing methods like looking at the net weight for both the products or the quality of the products itself. Furthermore, consumers may use social media to help other consumers to fight back shrinkflation by calling out other firms that instill downsizing of their favorite products, and they will tell other consumers of the portion changes of the certain products. For instance, back in 2014, Toblerone reduced the weight of their brush by 25%. Literally, a fourth of the products disappeared by adding more space between each pieces. But then, the public started calling them out, and they resolved the decision 2 years later. To conclude, shrinkflation has pros and cons for both the firms and consumers respectively, and we as buyers needs to be more conscious with our spending and develop ourselves as smart buyers, avoiding getting deceived by firms' downsizing strategy. And that's all from me. Thank you.